I chose to do my presentation as an individual and wanted to observe whether color affects the burn rate of a candle. So my research question was, does color affect the burn rate of a candle? For my hypothesis, I stated that if 3 colored candles and a white candle are burned at the same time for 5 hours, the colored candles will burn faster than the white candle. I specifically predicted that the purple candle will burn the fastest over time because purple is not a primary color and requires more chemicals to create that color. My independent variable for this experiment was the color of the candles. The dependent variable was the amount of candle wax burned during each trial. My constant variables included the amount of time the candles are lit, the location and placement of the candles, the length of the wicks, brand of the candles, size of the candles, and the temperature of the room in which I conducted the experiment, which was kept at 70 degrees. My materials included 4 candles, a lighter, a tape measure, and a Sharpie for marking the changes. The candles were all the same brand, which were called Sure Scents. To begin my experiment, I first marked a line on the candle where the wax began. I then trimmed the wicks to be all the same length, which was about 1.5 centimeters long. Then I placed the candles 8 inches apart from each other so that they weren't close enough to affect each other. I lit the candles all at the same time and let them burn for 5 hours in order to see a big enough change in the amount of wax burned. After the 5 hours, I blew out the candles all at the same time. Once the wax hardened, I measured how far the candles had burned from the starting line and recorded my results. I repeated this for 3 trials. After trial 1, it appeared that the red and yellow candles were burning the most while the white candle burned the least, which is close to what I predicted, except that I expected the purple candle to burn more than it did. During trial 2, the candles did not burn nearly as much as they did during the first trial, and the results also differed. After trial 2, the purple and yellow candles had burned more than the others. The red candle actually burned less than the white candle in this trial. At this point, the yellow candle had burned the most between the 2 trials. Again, during trial 3, the candles did not burn nearly as much as they did during the first trial, and even burned less than in the second trial. The results differed again, this time with the red candle leading in the most amount of wax melted. So this table shows the results of all 3 trials combined and the total amount of wax burned for each candle. It's apparent that the yellow candle burned the most, followed by the red candle, then the purple, and lastly the white. I found that scent may have played an important factor in regards to the amount of wax burned due to the amount of chemicals required to make that smell. The yellow candle, which burned the most, was the least natural smell of the 4 candles and was called Hawaiian, which burned a total of 3.1 centimeters over a span of 15 total burning hours. The red berry blast candle burned 2.9 centimeters total. The purple lavender candle burned 2.7 centimeters total, and the white fresh linen candle burned the least at 2.5 centimeters total. I found that my hypothesis was somewhat correct in that colored candles do burn faster than white candles, but it was incorrect when I specifically predicted that the purple candle would burn the fastest. After my experiment, I conducted a little bit of research and found that dye really can make a candle burn hotter and faster due to a higher concentration of chemicals. And so, my conclusion statement is that although the change is small, colored candles do burn faster than white candles due to the chemical concentration of their dyes. For my self-reflection question, I chose to answer, what would I do differently if I were to redo this investigation and why? To answer, I said that I would try this experiment again on candles with every color of the rainbow and conduct more research on the specific brand of candle I used to find out how their candles are made and the types of dye they use. I would want to find this out to see whether color is truly a factor in the burning rate. Thank you all for watching my presentation.